Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Physics Paper 2 multiple choice question extended. We have the subject code 0625 and the variant is 2022. For the session of May-June 2024, we have 45 minutes for this paper, and this paper is carrying 40 marks, and the important information is written that we have to take the value of g, that is equal to 9.8. So we're going to start our question paper from question number 1. A student wishes to measure accurately the volume of approximately 40 centimeter cube of the water. She has two measuring cylinder. We can see a large one that can hold up to 100 centimeter cube. We can write over here 100 centimeter cube. And a smaller unit that can hold up to 50 centimeter cube, and we are required to measure the accurate volume of 40 centimeter cube. The water from the meniscus where it touches the glass. Okay. So you have to know that we have to take the lower meniscus or bottom of the meniscus to measure the value. So we're gonna for water level, water meniscus should be bottom. So option A and C can be correct, and option A is carrying the largest cylinder or the smaller cylinder, but we have to measure 40 centimeter cube. So it means we can use 50 centimeter cube to accurately measure the 40 centimeter cube volume. So we have to select the smaller one, that is option number C, because both option number C have the right option. Moving to question number 2. The motion of an object represented by the speed time graph shown. Speed time graph, we can see which quantity is equal to actually area under the graph. We know this from speed time graph we can calculate the distance covered by the body. So option number C is the correct answer. This is a simple question from the topic of kinematics. Moving to question number 3. Question number 3 is that an astronaut of mass 80 kg is standing on a planet with a gravitational field strength that is equal to g is equal to 3.98 Newton. What is the weight of the mass? What is the weight of the astronaut on this planet? We know the formula for the weight is W is equal to mg. The value of mass is 80 and the value of g is 3.8 for that planet. Multiplying 80 by 3.8, we get the value that is equal to 304 Newton, or you can say approximately equal to 300 Newton. So the weight is 300 Newton of that astronaut. Option number B is the correct option. Moving to question number 4. Question number 4 is that a sealed container of volume 2000 centimeter contains air at high pressure. The container is placed on the top pan balance. The balance reaches 200 gram. Okay. All the air is removed by a vacuum pump and the balance reading changes to 196 gram. What was the density of the pressurized air? First we need to find the mass of that air. That would be equal to 200 minus 196, that is equal to 4 grams. And we know that density has the formula of mass over volume. So we have identified the mass. Now volume is equal to 2000, that is given. So we're going to divide 4 over 2000 to get the value that is equal to 0.02 gram per centimeter cube. So option number A is the right answer over here. Moving to question number 5. Question number 5 is that each diagram shows these forces on a beam balance. Okay. In which situation is it possible for the three forces shown to be in equilibrium? So three forces shown into the equilibrium, they all should be met. So we can see that these both forces are clockwise, and it is at the center of gravity, so it would not impact. So this is the wrong option. This is the clockwise, this is again clockwise, and this option cannot be correct. At this point there are two forces, and this point there is only one force, that is anti-clockwise, so these forces also cannot be balanced. This is the clockwise option, this is the clockwise, and this is the anti-clockwise option. So this is the closest Also you can see that upward forces are equal to downward forces. So option number D is the right answer over here. Moving to question number 6. Question number 6 is that a gymnast jumps down from a high piece of operator. She gradually bends her knees as she lands. Which effect does this have? This is a very intelligent question by the examiner. This is the question that belongs to the topic of impulse. We know that impulse has a formula that is equal to force into time. Okay. She will have a smaller change of momentum as she lands. She will lose kinetic energy as she lands. She will exert a smaller impulse on the ground. She will experience a smaller force from the ground. Yes, this is why this is the right option, because it will experience a smaller force from the ground. That's why she bends her body so that she can fall properly on the ground. So this is the right option. Moving to question number 7. Question number 7 is that the table gives 4 energy resources and states whether the main source of energy for the resource is sun. Which row is correct? So we have to identify the correct row. We know that geothermal doesn't have the main source. Water held behind a dam, yes, it is the main source of energy is sun. So option number C is the correct option. Moving to question number 8, the equation delta P means change in pressure is equal to rho g H can be used for a liquid. Okay, what is the meaning of the term P? Meaning of the term P is density of that liquid. So option number B is the correct answer over here. Moving to question number 9. Question number 9, what are the correct terms for each change of state? Okay, we know that solidification, condensation, liquid to gas is solidification. Yes, this is the correct option. But liquid to gas is not condensation, it is evaporation. Okay, so this is solidification, this is evaporation. So option number C is carrying the right options. So option number C is right. Liquid to gas is evaporation and liquid to solid is solidification. Moving to question number 10. Question number 10 is that extremely small pollen grains in the water are viewed through a microscope. The grains are seen to move continually and randomly. This is the concept of Brownian motion. What is the reason for the random movement? We know that the grains are moved by randomly because of water molecules are moving. So option number A is the right answer over here. Moving to question number 11. Question number 11 is that which graph shows how the volume of a fixed mass of a gas at constant temperature varies with its pressure. Okay, we know that pressure and volume have the inverse relation. So option number A and B cannot be happen. So we need to identify from option number C and D, because pressure and volume have the inverse relations. Volume D is the right answer over here because it's showing the inverse relation. Which effect is caused by the thermal expansion? We know that thermal expansion is done. It means that particles start vibrating more and they occupy more space. So that's why in bridges and in highways we use metal so that they cannot break down due to contraction or expansion. Or this is the concept also used in sagging of the cable wires. So over here, by looking at the option number C is carrying the right answer. A railway track bulking on a hot day, otherwise it would no, if it were not allowed to be expanded, it would break the track. Okay, moving to question number 13. Question number 13 is that the temperature of the water of the bottom of a waterfall is greater than the temperature of the water at the top. The energy in the gravitational potential store of the water at the top is transferred to the thermal store at the bottom. The specific heat capacity is 4200 joule per kilogram per Celsius. What is the temperature difference at a waterfall of a height 21 meter? So we know that formula should be gravitational potential energy have a formula of mgh, and specific heat has a formula of mc delta t. So we're gonna cancel m with m, and we need to find the temperature difference mean delta T. So delta T would be equal to GH over C, and the value of G is 9.8, and the value of T is 21, and the value of C is 4200. After solving it, we get the value that is equal to 0.049 degrees Celsius. So option number B is carrying that option. So we're gonna select option number B. This was a very interesting and tricky question. Some students got confused because they didn't equate them. If you didn't equate them, you would be unable to find cancel out the masses, so it would be very difficult for you to find the answers. So mostly students done that mistake. Moving to question number 14, an ice cube is placed in a beaker and is heated. The ice melts to form water, which evaporates at first and then boil. The steam condenses on a cold window in the room. Which process involves a transfer of energy from the ice, water, or the steam of the surroundings? So we know that it is water vapors converting to the liquid bag. So option number D is carrying the right answer, that is condensation or condensing. Moving to question number 15. Question number 15 is that a teacher shows his class a polystyrene cup. The polystyrene is a thick plastic with lots of tiny air bubbles in it. He asks the class why the cup is so good at keeping a hot drink warm. These suggestions are made. It contains air, which is a poor thermal conductor. Yes, this is the right option. Option number 2. The air is trapped in a tiny bubble. Okay. So very little convection is possible. Again, this is the right answer. The plastic is a poor thermal conductor. Again, this is the right. So option number A is carrying all the three options correct. 1, 2, 3. So moving to question number 16. Question number 16 is that two samples of the same material have the same mass but have different surface area. They are made from the same material and same mass, but they have different. Each sample is heated at same temperature and then left to cool at the room temperature. Each sample is allowed to cool to the same final temperature. Okay, you can see small surface area and the large surface area. Which row correctly? X has a small surface area and Y has the large surface area. And the option is that which row correctly compares the decrease in the internal energy and the initial rate of cooling for each sample. So decrease in internal energy is showing that X and Y lose the same quantity of energy because they are made from the same option. So option number C and D are the right over here for selecting from X cool down faster than Y or Y cool down, because Y has the more surface area, so Y cools down more faster than the X. So option number D is carrying both the right answers. So you're gonna choose option number D as our answer. So moving to question number 17. In this type of wave is the direction of vibration to parallel to the direction of the travel waves. So seismic P waves are the right answer over here. Moving to question number 18. All rest of the waves carry perpendicular direction. Okay, waves in a ripple tank are diffracted as they pass through a narrow gap. Okay, which can be done to make separating due to diffraction greater. So decrease the frequency of the waves and keep the speed constant. Yes, if you decrease the frequency of the wave, it means you are decreasing frequency and keep the speed constant. So V is equal to F lambda, and frequency and lambda have the inverse relation. So that's why option number A is the right answer. Moving to question number 19. 19 is that the diagram 1 shows the page of a book in front of a plane mirror and I is looking at the image of the page. Diagram 2 shows a larger letter G, okay, on the page facing the mirror. What is the appearance of the image G seen by the eye? So it should be lateral. So option number D is the right answer because space is over here. Moving to question number 20. Question number 20 is that the diagram shows a ray of light passing through air into the diamond. So you need to calculate the refractive index. First you need to find the angle of incidence by drawing the normal here, and 90 minus 60 it would be 30, and 90 minus 17 it would be 12. So you're gonna apply refractive index formula sine I over sine R, angle R, and that is equal to sine 30 over sine 12, and after calculating it you get the value of n, that is equal to 2.4. so option number C is carrying that right option. Moving to question number 21. Question number 21 say that the ray diagram show the formation of the image by two different converging lenses. Diagram 1, diagram 2. Which row describe the images produced? Diagram 1 and diagram 2. So we know that diagram 1 is showing the image is making here, so it should be virtual, and diagram 2 is making the real. So option number C is the right answer, that carrying both these correct option. Moving to question number 22. Question number 22 is the examiner's favorite area to show the dispersion of light. Which light enters a glass prism? The light leaving the other side of the prism is separated into color. Okay. From the diagram we can see that the diagram 2 is the correct diagram and diagram 1 is the wrong because dispersion is not happening here, so that's why. And we know that color 1 should be red and last color should be violet, so it should be red and violet. So option number C is carrying both these options. So moving to question number 23. 23 is that thermal radiation is part of electromagnetic spectrum. What is the name of this region of the spectrum? So we know that the name of the region is spectrum is infrared. So option number B is the correct answer. Moving to question number 24. 24 states that a remote control vehicle is traveling on the surface of the planet. The vehicle senses an obstacle ahead. It sends a radio message to the control room from where it is being controlled. The control room is 2.4 into 10 to the power 6 kilometer away from this vehicle. That's a very interesting question. The control room sends a message back to the vehicle telling it to stop. What is the minimum time that elapses between the vehicle sensing the obstacles and receiving the message back from the control mirror? So if distance is over here 2.4 into, so it here back, so it means it double, we need to double that distance. So we're gonna apply the formula to calculate that time, and time formula is distance over speed. We can write distance over speed, and distance is equal to 2.4 into 10 raised to power 6. And again we should double that distance, and we need to change in terms of meters, so we're gonna multiply this by 1000. And the speed of the station is also we're gonna apply that the speed of light, that is equal to 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. So after calculating this we get the value that is equal to 16 seconds. So option number D is carrying that option. Moving to question number 25. Which statement about the direction of the magnetic field at a point is correct? Okay, it is direction of the force on north pole and place at that point, so that this is the correct option. Moving to question number 26. A student draws a graph of an AC supply and DC supply. Which row show the correct label for W, X and Y? We know that W, X, Y, W is here, X is here and Y is here. So W is the voltage over here, and x should be DC supply because it is not changing, and y should be AC supply. So option number D is carrying all three correct options. So option number D is the right answer. Moving to question number 27. A resistor transfers 100 joules of energy when a charge of 10 coulomb flows through it. What is the potential difference across the resistor? So we know that the formula for the potential difference is V is equal to W by Q. And W is equal, value is W is 100 and value of charge is 10 coulomb. So after dividing it, we'll get the value that is equal to 10 watts. So option number 10 volts, B is the correct option. So 10 watts is given to only to confuse it. If you do not know the unit of voltage, you can do that mistake. So units are very necessary to memorize in physics. Moving to question number 28. Wire X and wire Y are made from the same metal. The table gives information about the two wires. Okay, they are made from the same metal. Wire X has less length compared to wire Y length, and what is the resistance of Y we need to calculate, and both wires cross section area is given. So from over these value we can calculate the value of resistance, that is 2, and we can correctly identify this value. So due to constant, we're gonna apply this formula. R is equal to Kc over A, or you need to write KL over A, and resistance is given, that is equal to 2, and K we need to calculate, and the value of length is in terms of meter is we need to change into 1000. So we're going to multiply it by 1000. 1 into 1000 would be 1000, and area is given in millimeter square, that would be 0.4. After solving it, we get the value of K, that is equal to 8 into 10 raised to power minus 4. So we're going to apply this formula, R is equal to KL over A, to find this. K value is, we just calculated, 8 into 10 raised to power minus 4. The value of his length of wire is 1.3. We're gonna change it into millimeter by multiplying it by 1000, and the cross section area is given, that is 0.3. After dividing it, we get the value that is equal to 3.5 ohm. 3.5 ohm. So option number D is carrying that option, so that's why D is the correct answer. Moving to question number 29. The diagram show two resistors used as a potential divider. The reading of the voltmeter is 1.8. What is the resistance R? We need to calculate that resistance. So formula, we know that V is equal to IR, and I is equal to, you cannot see, sorry, V is equal to IR and I is equal to V by R. Voltage is given, that is equal to 1.2. Why 1.2? 3 minus 1.8, it would be equal to 1.2. So 1.2 over resistance, that is equal to 5000. We get the value of ampere, that is equal to 2.4 into 10 to the power minus 4 ampere. So this is we have calculated. So we need to calculate the resistance over here. So the formula for the resistance should be R is equal to V by I, and voltage over here we're gonna use 1.2 is here, then 1.8 is this voltage, and the value of current does not change in the series circuit, so we're gonna use this value which we have calculated in the earlier part. So we're gonna calculate this value. After calculating, we get the value that is equal to 7500 ohm, and 7500 ohm is equal to 7.5 kilo ohm. That is the right option. C is the right option. Moving to question number 30. Question number 30 is that two electrical appliances are connected to the main supply. The cable connected to one appliance includes an earth wire. The cable connected to the second appliance does not need an earth wire. What is the reason for the difference? One appliance has a metal case but the other appliance does not. So option number A is the right option. Moving to question number 31. 31 is that the diagram shows a simple AC generator. The magnet rotates around a fixed coil wound around a fixed iron core. The EMF output is a sine wave, a series of crusts and zeros and troughs. The magnet is shown in three positions P, Q and R. During its rotation, the magnetic field in the coil is 0 at Q but changing most rapidly. Okay, which statement about the induced EMF in the coil is correct? The magnitude of EMF at position Q is larger than the position P. So first we need to identify over here it is parallel to it, so its value of EMF would be 0. Over here it is also parallel, so the value is a. Over here it is perpendicular, so the value of Q would be some EMF. So the magnitude of EMF at position Q is larger than the position P. Yes, any value would be larger compared to 0. So option number A is the right answer. Moving to question number 32. Question number 32 is that a 24 volt power supply and 100% efficient transformer are used to light a 6 volt and 12 volt ampere. What is the current of the power supply? So we know the formula for the power, that is equal to P is equal to VI, and after rearranging we can calculate that I is equal to P by B, and the formula for the value for the power is equal to 12, that is given over here, and the value of voltage is given, that is equal to 6, so we get the value of 2. Now we need to apply that formula. Vp over Vs is equal to Is over Ip. So the value of Vp is 24 over 6, and the value of Is we just calculated 2 over Ip. After calculating this we get the value of Ip, that is equal to 0.5 ampere. So option number A is carrying that option, so answer number A is correct. Moving to question number 33. The scattering of particles by a thin gold foil provided scientists with evidence for the nuclear atom. Which particles are scattered by the gold nuclei in the thin foil? Now you can see complete question. So option number A is carrying the alpha particles. So this is the right option because it has the less penetration power and maximum ionizing power. Question number 34 is the easiest of all the paper. Nucleus X has 17 protons and 18 neutrons. Which notation is correctly? 18 plus 17 would be 35 and proton number is 17. So option number D is carrying the right option. Atomic number should be written down and mass number should be written up, and 35 is you get by adding 18 plus 7. Okay, moving to question number 35. 35 is the distance line on the dashed line on the graph show the decay curve recorded from a sample of a particular radioactive isotope. The count rate includes the background. It means it includes when it includes we need to subtract it. After subtracting the lines comes down, so we need to identify which graph is showing below the dotted line. So below the dotted line is option number B. I'm again repeated, we need to subtract the background radiation, so that's why it should be below the dotted line. Okay, moving to question number 36. Question number 36 is that which type of radioactive source is suitable for use in the measuring and controlling the thickness of the paper in manufacturing factory. Alpha and should be type of emission should be beta particle, and we need to identify it half-life should be long or should it half-life should be long. So that's why we can take the reading. So option number C is the right answer. Moving to question number 37. 37 is that a medical tracer is used to investigate a tumor in the patient. The graph show the corrected count rate for the tracer against the time. What is the half-life of this source? So we need to identify that it is 10,000 total, and when we divide 10,000 by 2, it would be 5,000. When it is 5,000, its value is over here, and value 5,000 is shown by over here, that is equal to 2 minutes. So its half-life should be 2 minutes. So that was a very interesting and easy question. Moving to question number 38. The earth orbits the sun once in approximately 365 days. The average radius of the orbit is 1.5 into 10 to the power 11 meter. What is the average orbital speed of the earth? Okay, we need to find the average orbital speed, and we know the formula for average orbital speed would be v is equal to 2 by r over t. 2 into pi into r, that is r value is 1.5 into 10 to the power 11, and the value of the time would be 365 days, and days are converted into hours by multiplying 20, then it converted into minutes, then it converted into second. After solving it, we get the value that is equal to 2.9 into 10 to the power 4 meter per second. That is approximately equal to option number A, that is 3 into 10 to the power 4 meter second. Moving to question number 39. Question number 39 is which statement about the life cycle of a star is correct? All stars eventually run out of hydrogen as a fuel. This is the correct fact. So option number A is the right answer. Moving to question number 14, that is the last question. A galaxy at a distance of 3.1 into 10 to the power 21 kilometers moving away from the earth with the speed of 700 km per second. What is the Hubble constant h naught calculated using the this data, and what is the speed of a galaxy at a distance of 6.2 into 10 to the power 21 km from the earth? We know that first Hubble constant value should be h naught, that is equal to v by d, and the value of v is 7,000 speed, and distance is given 3.1 into 10 to the power 21. After calculating it, we get the value 2.3 into 10 to the power minus 18. So option number A and B is carrying the right choice. So what should be the speed of galaxy? And the speed for the calculating the speed of galaxy, we should put the value 2.3 into 10 to the power minus 18 over here, and value of v is here, and the value of d would be over here 2 into 3.1 into 10 to the power 21, or you can simply write 6.2 into 10 to the power 21, or okay, I'm writing 6.2 into 10 to the power 21. After calculating this, you get the value of v, that is equal to 14,000 kilometer per second. So option number B is carrying both the correct options. So this is how we have completed this paper. If you do have any queries related to the paper, you can ask in the comment section. This paper was very interesting to practice because this paper is carrying lots of calculation. You have to memorize the formula very well to identify. You need to memorize the units as well. Now, hopefully you get the understanding of this paper. You can ask in comment section any question related to the paper. Do not forget to share with your friends. Also like this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Allah Hafiz.